What's up, everybody? I just got done watching the season premiere of Bad Boys Club New York, and I thought it was all right. It wasn't like matter of fact, stop. It was dry in the beginning, but then towards the end, it was starting to pick it up for me. I mean, I guess that's how it always is, but um, yeah, it was all right. I'm just gonna go ahead and get right into it. This is my review about it. Um, they had showed like the first opening clip or whatever of the fight. And the fight look, at first I thought it was a girl. To be honest, I thought the boy was fighting a girl because his hair was laid, like it was laid. But yeah, they had showed the fight or whatever, and in my opinion, I was just like, damn, like the nigga got fucked up, like his nose was bleeding and shit and everything. And hey, I can't wait to see that part of how it escalated. But they had started out and they showed the first boy, and I guess his name was DeAndre. And his eyebrows were on fleek, like, ooh, yeah, he's a cutie, like light skin, like I don't know, he's probably Spanish or something, but he's a cutie. And he was like, yeah, he's from the Bronx, and he was I think 17 years old, and like I could tell, like I could be like, oh, he's gonna be the alcoholic of the group because once he got in there, he went and smelled the shampoo or whatever. He was like, this smell like alcohol. Like he kept smelling it. Oh yeah, he's an alcoholic. And then he was just chilling, whatever. And then they brought in the next boy, and I think his name was Terrell or something like that. Yeah, his name was Terrell, and he was from Harlem or Manhattan. And I guess he was 19 or whatever. And I don't know. I thought like I don't know if he's gay or if he was bi or whatever. Because and further in the episode, he's like talking about eating girls' pussy or whatever. So maybe he's bisexual. But I was looking, I was like, oh okay, yeah, eh, eh, whatever. So he came in there and he was talking about how he had like he trust issues with boys and how he couldn't like get along with boys or whatever because what happened in the past, which is fine. I mean, I'm the same way. I can't get along with boys to save my life. I have like a couple of boyfriends. I mean, like I got two guy friends. So, no, yeah, I got a small amount of guy friends. It's not a lot. Um, but yeah, he said he wanted to change that and he wanted to get along with other guys and shit. But that's fine. Well, hey, go ahead. Um, so he meet DeAndre and they got in there and I'm like, y'all whack as fuck. Cause if it was me, I'd have been like, hey, turn up, where the party at? Like I would have been cutting up. But they came in there and they were just like, oh hey, what's up? And yeah, why you on the show? And blah 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 blah. And I'm like, this is dry as fuck. Hurry up and get to the next boys. So yeah, they was talking or whatever, and then DeAndre had he was explaining why he was on the show, and he said because he had trust issues and stuff like that. Which is like, all right, that's understandable. A lot of us want to like break out of shit just so we can trust other people and stuff. Um, so yeah, that was that, and then they had um went on to the next boy. His name was Ty, and Ty, I mean, he was okay. Like he kept talking about like in his video, he was like, "Oh yeah, like I'm the only boy that y'all had on the show with his nipples pierced." Like, who the fuck cares? Like, who cares? Like, I mean, come on now. So, I mean, but he was cool or whatever, and what I think he's the oldest out of all of them. Um, but yeah, he said he was from Harlem. He was from Harlem, and he was cool. He had his little Bulls shirt on and everything else, and then he had his bag, whatever. And he was waiting for the other boy, and he was like he was on the show because um he doesn't trust guys or whatever because I guess the guy friend he did have broke the guy code or whatever and went out with his ex, and he wasn't fucking with him no more after that. So that's why he doesn't trust guys anymore. Okay. So then they brought in O'Neal. O'Neal, and at first I was like, I'm not fucking with this dude. Cause he came in there and to me he looked so stuck up. Like he was just like, yeah, I'm gonna be like, I'm the princess. Like he's like, yeah, I'm bougie type. Da, 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 da. Like give me this, give me that, blah blah blah. But when he was talking and stuff, like he was really like he like a party and da da da. Da. I'm like, oh okay, now I respect it. Like that's what I like to do. So that's what I mean, you get it along. So um as they were talking and stuff, they were talking about, oh yeah, what do you think about the boys? Like, what do you think they gonna be doing? I hope they don't jump in, like, da 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 da. And I'm looking at O'Neal, and I'm looking like, you do look like the jumping type, like, but I was, I was wondering if like if he like to me, I was thinking like, mm, yeah. Anyways, just we'll skip that part. But so yeah, they had left and they started to go meet the boys or whatever. And at first I thought it was an all white attire because they always wearing white except for O'Neal. So I'm like, maybe O'Neal didn't get the memo. Like everybody was wearing white. So they get to the hotel or whatever, and I guess they don't got a key yet. So they was knocking on the door and it was like, oh, room service. And the boys open the door and they in there like, hey, da 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 da. And the boys are quiet as fuck. I would have been like, if y'all don't turn up, like y'all acting shit. So, that's when the head guy, and they was like, "Oh, why y'all quiet?" And da 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 da. And he's like, "Oh, we just wanted to get to know you guys." And da da da. I'm like, "That's so fake." So, they was talking or whatever, and they was talking or whatever, and they was getting to know each other. They was introducing each other. Yeah, my name is DeAndre. Blah blah blah. And then the subject came up of eating ass, and I'm like, DeAndre brought up the subject about eating ass, and of course he would bring up the subject because he's the youngest. Like I would think, like okay, he's gonna be the young, he's the alcoholic, and he's gonna be a sex fiend. Like he was like so serious. He's like, so does anybody eat ass? O'Neal was like, fucking. He's like, no, I'm not eating nobody's ass. Like that's disgusting. You shit out your ass. It's gonna go in the toilet. That's disgusting. And then Rel was talking about something. No, I won't eat. I won't eat a guy's ass, but I'll eat a girl's pussy though. Like I was like 100% behind Ty when he was like, but if you can eat a girl's pussy where it bleeds out of and you can clean it, you can eat a guy's ass or whatever. I think Rel was in denial to be honest. I think he do eat ass. So, so DeAndre was like, this is where him connect. He was like, if you eat ass, you can get in bed with me. I was like, yes, 100% true. So, then they had brought up the whole jumping situation, and they was asking. They was like, "Oh, does anybody jump in here?" And usually, like, I don't support jumping and stuff like that. Like, I think that's wrong. Like, but I, at least I could say that DeAndre like was bold enough to say, "Yeah, I jumped." Like, at least he gave everybody a heads up, saying, "Hey, I jumped." Like, I don't respect that, and I don't. He's not cool in my book. Like, I'm not really feeling DeAndre. I just think he's cute and like, but I respect that he was like, yeah, I jumped. So look, if y'all like get in a fight, just know I'm jumping in. So y'all just better watch out for my ass. Like that's how I would think of it. But everybody was looking at him like, why? Why would you jump? And da 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 da. Like and he was just like, because like if you my friend, I'm gonna jump in. Like da da da. And here go O'Neal. O'Neal was like, but if you gonna jump, you can hold your own to fight by yourself. Da 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 da. And I'm like, all right, just let the boy jump. Like I know if he jumped, get off the subject. Like just watch out for his ass. That's what you gotta do. So then, the next boy was coming in. His name was Sammy, and I guess he's straight. He's a straight boy, and he is 18, 18 from Harlem, I think. And um, he came in there and he was talking about how he's not about the fake shit and da 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 da. Like if you fake to him, he gonna beat your ass and da 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 da. And he seemed like he real chill, like he just until you get him to that. So, um, yeah, he sounded like he was real chill, And he came in there, and then like once he came in, like everybody was like, they had pause. DeAndre was like, oh, what the fuck? You scared me. Like, they had pause and like looked at him like. So I guess they all think he's cute or whatever. He's okay. Um, but yeah, so he comes in there and he sits his stuff down and he introduces himself. They all introduce him and he's like, yeah, blah blah blah. And then they all get to talking and then I guess someone had brought up about a party. I don't know if it was the party that they were going to later in the episode or if they just brought up parties in general. But he was like, Rel was talking about like how do you feel about I don't somebody feel like how do you feel like going to a gay party? And Rel was like, oh, I'll go, da da da, if it was a tranny, da da da. And then O'Neal was like, yo, I clock out. I'm not going to a tranny party. Oh shit. Um, but yeah, so during Rel, um, so that's when O'Neal was like, he got up and he went to go change. I guess they were going to the party or whatever. So they all got up and they had went to the party, and that's when um I guess they were having a good time. I mean, everybody was drinking and shit, blah blah blah. To me, it looked like regular water, but everybody was drinking, and I guess everybody was getting turned, and that's when Ty and DeAndre was in the camera, like, oh, we gotta get Rel out of here. Like, he's not social. Like, we keep getting out. So, um, that's when this whole argument has started, and I believe it was Sammy and DeAndre leaving, and it was like, oh, you want? DeAndre was talking to Sammy. He was like, oh, you want to go? And he was like, nah. Like he was like, yeah, I want to go, but I mean, if y'all not ready, like something that like constantly went on. And he was like, so O'Neal came out and he was like, oh, somebody had called Rel ugly or whatever, or said something about his teeth. It was crooked or shit. And he was saying how he's not a bad boy because he didn't stand up for himself or whatever. He just let the boy call him that. All right, let me say something about this. If you know you ugly, or if you know like your teeth is fucked up, what can you say? Like, I'm not gonna argue that. Like, oh, okay, my teeth is fucked up. What am I gonna say, bitch? Da, 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 da. No, like, okay, my teeth is fucked up. I'm gonna laugh. Like, all right, you got that. Like, um, because that was petty. Like he said he's not gonna stand up for himself. He's gonna be ugly. Like, but if you ugly, you ugly. Like, I know there's plenty of people who know they're ugly. So, they got upset about that or whatever, and they had gotten upset, and it was like, oh yeah, he's not a real bad boy, and da da da. And that's when Real came out, and he's like, oh, so why didn't you stand up for yourself? And he was like, because he was like, he basically said like, basically, I know my team is fucked up, like, so why would I, you know? But everybody was like, oh, da 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 da, and so they had left the party or whatever, and they took it to they went to the train, and as they were on the train or whatever, Rel was like, Rel kept overhearing DeAndre and Ty talking about something. Oh, he's not a real bad boy. We gotta get him out of here. He's not social. He's antisocial and shit like that. So that's when O'Neal took it upon himself to tell Rel like, yo, you're not a bad boy. Da 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 da. You're not opening. We all feel like this. Blah blah blah. Like he just went and spoke for the whole group. And Ro was looking like, what? And he was like, yeah, like, ask them, da 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 da. And they wasn't trying to speak up about it. O'Neal was getting mad because they wasn't following through. And basically, O'Neal was like, he felt as though as because he had their back, he was gonna say something like they should at least respect that and like speak up on what they did say, which is true. I'll give him props for that. But my thing is like, I didn't like how DeAndre was quiet about it, like, cause Ty spoke up. He was like, "Yeah, I feel like you're not talking." Da, da, da. And Rel didn't get upset about it. He was just like, "Yeah, blah blah blah. It's just the first day, blah, blah, blah," which is fine. We all get nervous. We all like some people are not as comfortable talking out or whatever. But DeAndre was just looking at him like, "Fuck no, I didn't say that." Like he was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Um, so that's when O'Neal got mad, and They kept arguing about it. So then Sammy, I don't know what happened to Sammy. Sammy turned into like chill mode to fucking. He went Super Saiyan on their ass. He was like, "Shut the fuck up, blah blah blah. Blah. Like it's over. It's petty. Shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear about this shit no more." Like he was going hard. I'm like, yo, like they all gonna be scared of Sammy. Like nobody fucking with Sammy this season. Like they scared. So that's when they have left the train, and I guess they were outside, and they was arguing about it some more, and it looked like they was trying like I don't know, they were saying bye to their friends or whatever, and Rel was trying to explain himself, and I was just getting upset because I'm like, you shouldn't really have to explain yourself. Like you already said, you're not a social person. You're not, so there's no need to explain yourself why. Like it's going to take time for you to get to know these people. It's going to take time for you to express yourself. So don't give them a reason or keep giving them a reason why. Like that's just shows like to me like I want their approval. Like you don't need their approval. Like you're on the show, whoopty do that, have fun. Like if I was on the show, I'd have been like, I'm gonna do me. Like I wouldn't care. Like if they was feeling mad because I was by myself, I would have flipped my fucking finger in the air, and I would have been like, and I would have been like, and I would have been, so yeah. So they went back to the house or whatever, the hotel room. I would call it a house. It's a hotel room, and they they kept talking about it some more, and I'm just like, this is so petty. Like this, we're really gonna have like a whole 20-minute argument about this. Like this is really petty. And I guess something was said on the train that DeAndre had said. He was like, true feelings, people's true actions or how they really feel about somebody come out when they drunk. So I guess O'Neal had overheard that, and he had came out and he was like, he's like, yo, and somebody had said blah blah blah, and that's not true. Da, 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 like I'm not even drunk. Like he's like, I'm tipsy. He's like, I'm tipsy. I'm feeling good. Don't kill my vibe, bitch. My drink is in my cup. He was snapping on him, and he was like, and then him and Ty got into it, and I felt it was so petty, but it was just funny to watch. Like, it was just so petty to me. I would just sit there bagging up, um, but it was real funny though. And he was like, I'm slumped. He's like, if I was drunk, I'll be slumped. Da 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 da. He's like, I'm feeling good, and I guess he just chilled and he just like laid down in his bed. So that's when they was telling Ty, they was like, yo, stand up for yourself. I mean, not Ty, Rel to stand up for himself. And Rel started like talking about some, oh yeah, well, this and that, like I'm not a real, like he just went back to this whole thing, like how he's not real social, whatever. And he was like, what he said that made Ty do that. He said some, he had said something, and he was like, this is the only time I'm gonna say it. If I have to repeat myself, um, I'm gonna go about it a different way or whatever. And then Ty was like, "What? You threatening me now?" And I'm like, "No, he didn't." Like to me, I would have took it as a threat. I would have took that as if I were to bring it up again and made him repeat it. He would have probably did something different. Just make sure that you got it. Like how a teacher makes sure that you learn a certain step multiple ways. He's gonna show you multiple ways on how what he said. So either he was gonna hit you, either he was gonna yell in your face, either he was gonna write you a little letter, send you a nice little email. No matter what, that's how he's gonna do it. He took it as a big threat. So, oh, what you gonna fight me now? Because, and I'm like, it's not even that serious. Like, you really gonna fight him because he threatened you over something that's so petty? Like, I was like, oh my god. So that's when everybody was like, "Oh yeah, we take it as a threat, whatever." And I'm like, "Okay, we can take it as a threat. Like it was a threat. I'm gonna take it as a threat, whatever. They can take it as a threat. I'm not." But so then that's when Sammy was just tired. He was over the bullshit, and he was like, "You know what? You know what? This is fucking petty. Blah blah blah. You said that threat. Should have been a. You should never said. Uh, true feelings come out, they jump, da 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 da. Like this is all petty, blah blah blah. So he was just going off, and everybody was mad quiet. Like when Sammy starts yelling and gets like anger, like he shuts the whole place down. Like everybody was like, all right, and I'm like, I'm like, yo, Sammy gonna run the house. Like he was like, all right. So yeah, that was that. And then I guess that was pretty much it of the episode. Like, it was a pretty alright episode. I can't wait for these two boys to come in. I think it's the one they both was fighting in the opening fight. But there should be a fight next episode. I can't wait to see that shit. Um, yeah, I'm pretty much gonna be doing these reviews all season. Um, I promise you they'll get better for time, whatever. But hey, if you want to like comment or question, leave it below. Subscribe, whatever. There'll be plenty more. Um, do whatever you gotta do. Um, like again, I'm not picking sides or whatever, but so far my only favorites. I really don't have any favorites. I just like Sammy. O'Neal's cool. I just think DeAndre's cute. And Ty's alright. I don't like Ro. He's boring. But yeah, so alright.